for here. That takes place partway through, and again, that's really where you start to explore how deep the cult goes. And we keep calling it a cult. It is. They do some weird stuff. It's where it's kind of the facility that Olivia, who you mentioned earlier, is the head of, and so
you're just breezing through these upgrades right now.
Yeah, this is just to get him set up.
I've done this a couple times.
Yeah,
I'm almost certain you have.
you normally wouldn't get to do this. This is kind of, as a developer, it's fun to just, oh my God, I got 75 points. I get to spend them however I want.
Yeah. Well, I can even imagine though people they're going to deep dive into this game for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I can just imagine them just twiddling through all the menus and just flying through everything.
Yep.
And getting what they want with this, which of course it's always awesome. As people deep dive into games.
Yeah, and I think people will enjoy. I think speedrunners will have a good time, because when I watch guys at the office that are doing kind of the speed runs, they know exactly which room they want, which upgrade they want as they go through. So it is that thing. I get an upgrade point, and I'm banging through to kind of hit it. I think it's going to be a game that people really like to stream and create videos of. We have moments all the time in the office that just is like, I wish that was being recorded right now. So I think people will do that a lot.
Well, now might be.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's coming out. It's so close. May 13th, right?
That's right, May 13th.
Which is, I guess, both exciting and scary at the same time, right?
Yeah, it's mostly exciting. I mean, anytime you
scary in a good way.
Scary in a good way. It's we both have kids, and it's kind of like they're not quite college age yet. Mine aren't. Mine are closer. But it is kind of like sending a kid out there into the world.
Now this looks like downtown San Francisco,
exactly,
right here.
Yeah.
This, and I think that is, for anyone who's visited this, the only thing that's missing is like a homeless dude in the corner. But this is about it, right? BART station to the left, we're good there.
Yeah.
That's pretty much where the Hellspawn horn is located. What is going on here?
This is Titan's realm. So this is Hell's kind of broken up into these fractures, and this is a kind of what we call a fracture of Hell that is actually, you actually get a little bit of lore. These are what we call Slayer testaments. These are kind of some of the way that you get. Again, you just touch it, you can listen. You don't have to listen, whatever.
We don't want to say what it's about.
Yeah, we don't want to say what it's about, but you start to understand even more lore about Hell and the player and that kind of stuff.
You've Doom 1, Doom 2, you've gone there. You went there, you did that.
Yeah.
You went back again, you did it again.
Yeah.
But it was always just like you're shooting demons in Hell. That was always like the premise.
And that's what you'll see here. I mean, it's a lot of shooting demons in Hell. It's kind of taking the fight to their home turf.
Now this is a cool moment. I remember you guys showed me this yesterday.
Yeah.
And to me, this screams Doom.
Yeah. How often in a game do you get to jump down a demon's, like a corpse to the demon's throat?
Land in a pool of blood.
Yes.
And then it pretty much just get bombarded as soon as you come out.
Yeah. This whole level is kind of built around the idea that it's this fracture of Hell that you're kind of continuing to go down through, and actually you end up on the other side of it. It's almost like going through an iceberg of Hell, and ending up on the bottom. But
really weird to use ice with Hell,
Yeah,
I respect it.
Hell freezes over it. But this first part is kind of built in the as you saw there, you kind of went down. It's like a demon, a Titan demon graveyard.
Can Glory kill those guys?
You can actually, if you're up and you can get close enough to them, or they're low, you definitely can.
All right, Hugo, your challenge, if you choose to accept it. If you run into another one, go for it.
Oh yeah.
I want to see that so bad. That'd be so sick.
So this is a Cyber Mancubus. There's so much to talk about as he plays through it.
Yeah, Cyber Mancubus.
The Cyber Mancubus, he's kind of a UAC kind of
looks like my first girlfriend. That's what's up.
Whoa.
I had a rough high school. Yeah.
he had pulled up the chain gun with a modification. It's probably one of my favorite guns in the game with the modification of the mobile turret, where you basically break it off into three guns basically, kind of all firing the same. And when we talked about the weapon wheel, again, like, you get to carry your guns with you all of the time, and have access to them. And as you get deeper into the games, revealing another little secret here, as you get deeper into the game, not only do you have those 8 guns that are on the wheel,
I'm not going to reveal it.
but each mod.
You can't just go there and then choose not to reveal it, Hugo. It's just that's not how this works. You can't just tease the viewer.
You know what though? Like I'm worried we reveal too many secrets.
They've seen too much. They have seen too much. All right.
But the mods you can access. Once you have like a couple mods for a gun, you can only have one mod on a gun at a time. But you can switch between them really fast. You've seen him do that a couple times here, where he'll switch between 2 mods really fast, just a quick button press. So between the weapon wheel and having immediate access to all those guns, and each gun having a mod, and then kind of a fast switch to the other mod, you end up with like 20 different combinations of guns that you can use at any time. That's a great strategy right there. There's like pro tip, number 1.
Pro tip with Hugo, number 1.
Exactly. Like shoot a pinky with the stun, kind of stun him a little bit, and then swing around him and shoot him in the butt with the super shotgun is fantastic. While you're on this screen, not only the auto map there you can see, but we've talked about the upgrades. You get those through a number of different means. Leave that up for a second. So on the right-hand side there, you can see, leave the challenges up. You can see those challenges. So those are mission challenges. Again, these are totally optional. If you wanna get one upgrade point per challenge, you can do those. It keeps track of that and informs you. Then there's exploration challenges. So in this level, you can see there's 6 secrets. That you can find, and if you find half of them, you get 1 upgrade. If you find find all of them,
you get the weapon upgrade points.
Yeah, those are all weapon upgrade points, and then you get upgrade points. You can see up in the top right corner, you get upgrade points for just regular combat. So lots of different ways to earn upgrades, and then the mods actually have separate challenges to master them. Which makes them even more powerful, almost a level of power that is just, it's overwhelming. They really become super powerful and when you focus on a gun and make it a big part of the way you play.
Nice. So now you're basically just in full-fledged demon monster slayer mode.
Yeah, and
at this point.
once you memorize everything on the weapon wheel, you can kind of quick switch between it. I've been doing a lot of that, and make sure that you get the right sort of tool for the job.
It's actually, it kind of comes from the way, and the weapon wheel works great on the PC, but that desire comes from playing on the PC. When you play a game with all the guns, where you're carrying all the guns, it's way more important to be able to just reach up and hit the number key that you want. So we kind of wanted to design. For the consoles, design that capability where you can get to any weapon really quick without having to cycle through all of them. And the weapon wheel kind of puts the game into a slow motion state for a little bit.
And on the PC, it's similar?
Yeah, absolutely. You just pull the weapon wheel up, or you can scroll through guns using the mouse wheel, or you can pull up the weapon wheel, scroll to a gun, or move your mouse to it. So it's kind of a universal system that I think just works great when you're trying to manage kind of that full load of guns.
Oh boy!
Again, you can see like one of my favorite moments.
Oh man, you
gotta
like prep that up. You can't just do it. You have to like get us prepared for it. Chainsaw Revenant. Chainsaw Revenant.
Oh, absolutely.
Crushing my dreams.
We'll have to find some gas.
Crushing my dreams. You'll find gas in hell. Of course. It goes without saying. Oh, man. Oh, no. That is so cool.
Yeah, you end up, when you get into missions like this, where there's just an overwhelming number of demons, you end up using glory kills somewhat strategically, and they actually play into the harder difficulties a little bit, because when you go into them, when you actually activate it, you have a moment, just a very brief moment of invulnerability. So when you're playing on something like Nightmare or Ultra Nightmare, you almost look for those moments where I can go in and glory kill a guy if I'm hanging on the edge of death, and because when you glory kill, it drops a greater amount of health and ammunition.
Yeah.
So there's a benefit to doing it too, and again when you're playing on a higher difficulty, it's particularly useful.
Yeah.
You see, Hugo's been using grenades. So we haven't really talked about equipment. You find throughout the game, you find a few different pieces of equipment. What you've seen there, riding the edge of death there.
Hugo lives life on the edge. Okay, this is what I've discovered with him so far. Throwing grenades on the floor, not prepping up chainsaw kills. There's just a lot of craziness with this guy. Go for it. Oh my goodness.
I love that.
That's a great glory kill. That's a good one.
Oh, I missed him.
Yeah, each demon, when you fight it, you can kind of see him here lining up, and Pinky charges, and you swing around. It's like being a bullfighter.
You just smacked him with his back?
With his tail.
with the tail on his back. That's disrespectful. But I'll take it. That's cool stuff. That's really cool stuff. And I see the haste there too, just hanging out.
Yeah.
You pick and choose when you want to use it. All right, so this way like, hey, this is going to be a good opportunity for me to take advantage of this, and
absolutely.
And you just jump right through a portal here. So
yeah, again, another kind of classic thing. It's like we use teleporters throughout the game and portals that allow you to kind of zip from one space to another. We've incorporated, movement is such a big thing. I didn't even talk about it when he was in the last in the Lazarus mission, but he has a double jump capability at this point. So you start out with just a basic jump, and then a few levels in, you discover these kind of double jump boost boots, and then double jump becomes a big part of your movement package, and it's just like, so he'll use it. He uses it a lot throughout here.
That quad damage?
Yep.
Yes, it is, and it's perfect. It's perfect example. You may want to wait for that.
Really?
Yeah, because most of the fights escalate. So you get in, and if you can kind of handle things okay, a lot of times you want to hold off a little bit until you know that the fight's gotten a little out of control.
Oh, that's just wrong. That is just disrespectful. Pinky gets no love here. Oh, geez, Louise, that's insane. That's cool though. That's really cool.
And that's a great example of a guy gets staggered, and then he uses like a fast kill gun to take him out. You don't have to glory kill every single time. It's kind of just a part of the strategy as you play.
Yeah, and I could go through the whole game probably just not glory killing.
You could if you wanted to. Yeah. It's once you start playing, it's one thing to watch, and then playing is just. Again, it's like dancing. You kind of get out there, and you're like, it just feels good to be moving through these spaces, and you get into a flow. It is that similarity to without the reload, the fast movement, you're dodging projectiles. All these ideas that early in the game we try to introduce kind of slowly. Because they're not common when you play most shooters today. You try to hide, or you try to let your health regenerate, or that kind of stuff. In this, you blast through, you keep moving. Dodging projectiles even is just something that I think we start players off fighting imps early because they throw the fireballs. And to get that feeling of swerving between fireballs, swerving between projectiles, most enemies, their main attacks are either to pressure you or to shoot, to shoot a projectile. There's another good example of just kind of dodging and weaving through that stuff. Oh my gosh, there we go.
Yes.
Brought out the big gun.
Use it.
Almost died.
Yeah, you were close, man.
It was close.
I'm telling you, you're living your life.
Holy shit.
Oh. Oh no. Oh my goodness. That is so. No quad damage here. You're not committing. I think you should.
He's
commit.
about to.
I think you should commit.
I think he's going to use the BFG on him.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Look at the way he
Let
just
him up.
crumpled like a cookie. Jeez. Go for it. Oh no way. That is just the worst way to go.
So,
Right
but
there.
that's a good example right there. Like you fight a Baron, and that was a one-hit kill of a Baron, which is pretty with the chainsaw, which is like that's pretty valuable to be able to do that. But it cost all of his fuel. He had to be completely full on fuel, and it cost all of it. So now he doesn't. He picked up that ammo, but he doesn't have the capability to use that to kind of continue to get more ammo
Yeah,
from,
because
from
obviously
lesser
the point
enemies.
is you guys didn't want people just running through the game and just sawing the crap out of everything that they see.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, you want to like part of the
Yeah, go ahead.
part of the fun of Doom is again the weapons and figuring out what works when and how to do it and while the chainsaw is great, you don't want people to just use that.
Yeah.
Which I do respect it. Okay, so
Hugo's
things
making
look like
those guys easy.
So-
Lost Souls are fun.
so this looks like it's about to get really quick.
Yeah.
Like I don't know because this is a pretty wide open arena here.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid for you, Hugo. I hope
He
you can handle
should
this.
ramp up the difficulty, and that's how.
Yeah, you know, we had a big talk at the office as to whether, like, what difficulty I should play it at. Because, I mean, I've played the game a million times. So I'm definitely playing it on a definitely an easier setting for me.
Yeah. Okay. So what you're saying is, these demons, they can't hold a candle to, Stone Cold Hugo over here. But
Actually, I'm sorry to cut you, but the in-flight mobility thing is I have it on right now, so it allows me to, like, basically move in midair.
Yeah, it's a perfect example of like everything we do, we try to make from an upgrade perspective. These aren't like micro upgrades. They're not just little like, oh, I can get 5% more damage or something like that. They're pretty meaningful, and they really do fundamentally change the way the game feels or the weapon feels. So his in-flight mobility rune that he's using there, if you really like to play and have massive air control, you can see there like he jumps and he can almost jump out over a ledge and then pull himself back. These are really cool. I love these things. This is as part of our secret system, we have collectibles. These little Doom guy collectibles that when you find it unlocks. In our model viewer, you can access our model viewer and be able to see any of the demons, the guns, really up close and see the detail and level that's in them. And you unlock those through finding those collectibles in the world.
all right, so it seems like you're about to get. And so what is this yellow skull here?
It's a key.
Okay.
You find the yellow skull and unlock the door.
Is that where you're leaving it at?
I think